The stars shone quietly over the dark void of space, endless and cold. The alien Armada moved through the Ceres system, a massive fleet of sleek metallic ships, each bristling with weapons and shields. They had crossed countless star systems, crushing weaker species and taking control wherever they went. The aliens were proud, confident, and convinced that nothing could challenge them. Every species they had faced so far had fallen quickly under their might. Commander Vekran of the Zarthak war fleet glanced at the display in front of him. Thousands of alien ships moved in perfect formation, the hum of engines filling the command bridge. He was tall, with pale, reflective skin and eyes that seemed to pierce into the darkness. "Sensors report no threats yet," he said in a voice that carried authority. "We continue our patrol. Nothing can surprise us now." Behind him, Lieutenant Soren monitored the fleet scanners. A thin green line blinked faintly on her display. "Commander, there is a signal. Unknown origin. Approaching fast," she said. Her voice carried a hint of unease. Vekran turned sharply. "Unknown. Show me." The display flickered. The signal grew stronger, faster, and more precise. It wasn't random debris or a natural object. This was intelligent, and it was coming straight for them. "Impossible," muttered one of the officers. "No species in this quadrant can build a ship like this. We should ignore it. It is probably a mistake." Vekran's eyes narrowed. "We do not ignore intelligence. Prepare for detection. Raise shields and weapons. I want full analysis immediately. Far." Away, beyond the sensors of the alien fleet, the humans were already on their way. In a hidden region of space, the USS Resolute, a human battleship, glided silently through the darkness. Its hull was strong, dark, and smooth, designed to avoid alien detection. This ship was unlike any the aliens had ever faced. It was huge, but quiet. It carried weapons that were lethal yet precise, designed for efficiency rather than wasteful destruction. On the bridge of the Resolute, Captain Elena Vance studied the star map. Her brown hair was tied back, her face calm but focused. "We are approaching the Ceres system," she said. "This is the point. Everyone ready?" Her crew nodded. They were humans, strong and disciplined, and they had trained for this moment for years. They had studied alien tactics, weaknesses, and habits. They were ready to surprise the galaxy. Lieutenant Harris, the ship's tactical officer, checked the weapons systems. "All systems green, Captain. Stealth fields are stable. We are undetectable. For now, weapons primed and ready." Elena smiled faintly. "Good. We move slowly and quietly. They don't even know we exist yet. That is our advantage. The moment they see us, it will be too late for them to underestimate humans." Back with the alien Armada, Vekran ordered the fleet to shift formation. "Bring forward the scout ships. Identify the source of the signal. I want eyes on it immediately." Scouts moved ahead, scanning space with long-range sensors. The unknown object appeared faint at first, a shadow among the stars. Then it grew, enormous and silent, moving with intent. The alien sensors could barely handle it. It was huge, bigger than any ship in their history, yet moving with unnatural precision. On the bridge of the Resolute, Elena watched the alien fleet appear on their monitors. She did not feel fear. She had never felt fear in battle, only focus. "They see us soon. Remember your training," she said to her crew. "Stay calm. Precision and patience win wars, not panic." The first contact happened almost silently. Alien sensors picked up the human ship fully, and alarms started blaring across the bridges of dozens of alien ships. "What is that?" one of the alien officers shouted. It shouldn't exist! No species in this quadrant could build such a vessel!" Vekran's face turned pale under his pale skin. "It is a human battleship," he said in disbelief. "Impossible. They are a primitive species. They should not have this technology." Meanwhile, the humans stayed calm. Elena initiated the ship's first maneuver, a silent, precise glide, around the edge of the alien fleet. Their ship was so advanced that the aliens could barely track it. "Target their scouts," she ordered. "But minimal force, disable only." Harris activated the first weapon. A pulse of energy shot out and hit an alien scout ship, perfectly disabling it without destruction. The aliens were startled. Their weapons remained locked on the human ship, but every strike the humans allowed them to see only revealed more confusion. On the alien bridges, panic began to spread. Officers whispered among themselves, "They are avoiding our traps. How? Every move they make is calculated. They are thinking differently." Vecran's clawed hands tightened around the railing of his command seat. "Deploy the fighters! Surround them! They cannot escape!" But the human battleship moved again, faster and smarter than the alien fighters. They dodged, countered, and used the alien formation against itself. The humans seemed to anticipate alien strategy, breaking every assumption the aliens held about combat. In the midst of this tension, one young human officer, Ensign Miller, whispered to his partner, "I can't believe this. They're frozen. They don't know what to do." Elena's calm voice echoed across the bridge. "Good. That confusion is our strength. Precision and patience, always. Focus on your roles. We win this by discipline, not fear." Back on the alien flagship, Vecran's advisors shouted at him, "We've never seen anything like this. Every maneuver is correct. Every move counters us perfectly." Vecran's tail flicked nervously. "Hold the fleet. Do not fire recklessly. They are humans. They are more than what we expected." The Resolute glided silently among the alien ships, each move exact, each strike controlled. The humans were a storm in calm clothes, precise and unstoppable. One by one, alien scouts were disabled, and the fleet's formation began to wobble. "Commander Vecran," one officer stammered, "we may be facing our first true threat in centuries." Vecran's eyes narrowed. "Then we learn from them. Observe everything. They will not get away." Elena watched the alien fleet on the screen. She could see their panic, their confusion. "They are not invincible," she said quietly. "They are just arrogant. We use their arrogance against them. Remember that." As the first encounter reached its peak, both sides knew that something had changed. The aliens realized that humans were not to be dismissed as weak or primitive. The humans understood the importance of caution, discipline, and precision. And in the vast silence of space, one thing was certain. The galaxy would never underestimate humans again. The stars seemed to hold their breath as the alien fleet and the human battleship faced each other for the first time, and somewhere deep inside the alien minds, the first seed of fear had taken root. The Resolute moved silently past the edge of the alien formation, preparing for the next phase. Elena's crew worked with steady hands, hearts calm, and minds sharp. They were humans, small in number but giant in ingenuity, and they were ready to prove it. Commander Vecran stared at the display, disbelief in his eyes. "Prepare the fleet," he said finally. "This is not an ordinary encounter. Humans, they are unlike anything we have faced before, and we may have underestimated them." In that moment, the galaxy seemed different. Somewhere far away, countless stars shone quietly, unaware that a small human ship had changed the rules of war forever. The stars shimmered cold and distant, but the calm of the void was shattered by the presence of the human battleship. The USS Resolute moved like a shadow through the alien formation, silent, controlled, and precise. From the alien perspective, this ship was impossible, too large, too fast, and far beyond any technology they had ever seen. Commander Vecran paced across the bridge of his flagship, claws tapping against the metal floor. Every officer around him was tense, every display filled with confusion and rising panic. The humans had avoided their attacks with uncanny skill. Their scouts had been disabled with surgical precision, and the alien fleet's fighters were struggling. To keep up! They are not like other species, Vecran growled. They move as if they know our plans before we even make them. How is this possible? Lieutenant Soren, her voice trembling slightly, replied, Commander, their movements, they are too coordinated, too fast. They are predicting us. Vecran's tail flicked sharply. No species should be able to do this. Not in this quadrant. Not humans. Meanwhile, aboard the Resolute, Captain Elena Vance observed the alien fleet through the ship's tactical display. Hundreds of ships, each armed with weapons capable of mass destruction, formed a perfect but rigid formation. To the humans, the fleet was impressive, but slow to adapt. Their movements were predictable. Target the Central Command ship, Elena said quietly. Her calm voice carried over the bridge. We don't need to destroy them yet. Show them they are vulnerable. Lieutenant Harris nodded. Locking targeting arrays, ready to fire on your command. A pulse of energy shot out from the Resolute, hitting the alien flagship's shield. The aliens immediately responded with heavy fire. Explosions bloomed in space, but the human battleship twisted and glided with precision, avoiding damage entirely. On the alien bridge, alarms blared. Officers screamed orders, but every move they made seemed anticipated. Shields, deflectors, nothing is stopping them, one officer yelled. They're maneuvering. It's unnatural. Vecran's claws dug into the railing. Hold steady. Study them. Every movement is important. We cannot panic. The humans did not attack recklessly. Every pulse, every strike was calculated to demonstrate superiority without wasting resources. The Resolute moved closer to the alien formation, weaving between ships and striking only those that threatened it. Look at them, Ensign Miller whispered to his partner. They think they are the apex. They don't even know what's coming. The aliens fired again. Waves of energy streaked across space, meant to overwhelm the human ship, but the Resolute glided through the storm as if it were part of the stars themselves. Every weapon that hit a shield or missed entirely left the aliens frustrated and bewildered. Vecran's voice was tense. Concentrate fire on the left flank. Surround them. They cannot escape. Yet the humans had already anticipated this. Elena ordered a small but rapid maneuver. The Resolute twisted around the alien left flank, disabling several warships with minimal effort. Each pulse of energy was precise, causing the aliens to panic further. One young officer on Vecran's bridge whispered to another, They are too smart. How do they do this? They know our attacks before we even make them. Vecran's eyes narrowed. They are humans. We dismissed them as primitive. That was a grave mistake. The Resolute paused at the edge of the alien formation. Elena studied their reaction. The aliens were faltering, uncertain of what to do next. They are arrogant, she said softly, and arrogance is dangerous. Harris leaned forward. Captain, their fighters are regrouping. They might try a coordinated attack. Elena nodded. Let them. We can handle coordination better than they can. Prepare secondary arrays. Disable, don't destroy. I want them alive to learn our strength. The aliens charged. Hundreds of ships moved in tight formation, firing everything they had. Space was filled with streaks of energy, explosions, and the hum of alien engines. The humans reacted with unmatched precision. Shields glimmered as they absorbed attacks, weapons fired only when necessary, and the Resolute moved like a predator through a forest of steel. On the alien flagship, Vecran shouted, Hold formation! Do not break ranks! But it was too late. The aliens were already confused. Their ships collided, shields faltered, and their attack patterns broke down under human tactics. Ensign Miller could hardly believe his eyes. They can't do this. This isn't normal. It's humans, Elena said calmly. This is what we do. Precision, patience, intelligence. Fear comes later. As the battle continued, the aliens realized they were outmatched in ways they could not understand. The humans did not rely on numbers. They did not panic. They thought ahead, adapted, and executed flawless maneuvers. Every alien attack that failed only reinforced the humans' confidence. Vecran's advisors argued. "Commander, we must retreat. We are losing too many ships." "No!" Vecran barked. "We cannot retreat. We must understand them, observe every tactic, learn, or perish." The humans noticed the alien hesitation. Elena ordered a silent sweep, disabling a few key alien ships near the center of their formation. The aliens scrambled, their formation breaking further. Panic spread like wildfire through the Armada. One alien officer muttered, They are thinking faster than we are, faster than anyone." Harris glanced at the display. "Captain, their fleet morale is dropping. They don't know how to fight us effectively." "Good," Elena said. "Keep pressure, but stay careful. We want them to fear us, not destroy everything." The alien commanders tried new tactics, attempting unpredictable maneuvers to regain control. But humans were always one step ahead. The Resolute moved like a ghost, striking, disabling, and retreating before aliens could react. Even Vecran was impressed despite himself. "They are exceptional," he admitted quietly. "No species should fight like this. They are dangerous." In the midst of chaos, a young human technician, Sam Ortiz, watched the battle unfold on the monitors. "Captain, they're panicking. Their formation is collapsing. It's beautiful." Elena smiled faintly. "Stay focused. Chaos is temporary. Discipline wins wars." The aliens had begun to lose their cohesion. Panic spread from ship to ship, whispers of fear running through their communication networks. "We underestimated them," one officer confessed. They are not ordinary." Vecran's tail lashed angrily. "We underestimated humans. That was a fatal error. We cannot allow this to continue." The humans used this moment of alien confusion to reposition. The Resolute moved into a vantage point, ready to strike a critical junction in the alien fleet. A single pulse could disable the central command grid of several ships, showing the aliens that humans were not just fighters, but strategists. "Target the core," Elena said. "Precision only. Let them see their weakness." Energy pulsed from the Resolute, hitting alien ships in critical points. Shields flickered and alarms blared. The aliens scrambled, trying to protect each other, but it was too late. Their formation had broken completely. Back on the alien flagship, Vecran slammed his claws against the railing. "Hold! Do not let fear take over! Learn from this! Humans are not to be dismissed!" The Resolute glided silently through the shattered formation, not a single human lost. The aliens were alive, yes, but they were shaken, confused, and fearful. They had never faced a species that fought with intelligence, adaptability, and calm precision. Elena stood, looking at the stars. "This is only the beginning. The galaxy thinks humans are weak. They are wrong, and we will make them understand." Harris leaned back, a grin on his face. "Captain, they're in shock. I've never seen anything like it." Elena nodded. "Good. Let them feel it. Let them learn respect. The hard way." In the distance, the alien Armada regrouped, but the human battleship had already vanished from immediate sensors, preparing for its next move. The first encounter was over, but the lesson was clear. Humans were not to be underestimated. "Commander." Vecran stared at the empty spot where the human battleship had been. "Humans. They are unlike anything we have faced. This encounter, this changes everything." The stars were calm again, but the echoes of the first human strike would ripple across the galaxy for a long time. The silence of space was deceptive. Stars twinkled calmly, but the void held tension as thick as storm clouds. The alien fleet had begun to recover from the initial human strike, but confusion still ran through their ranks. Commander Vecran paced, the bridge of his flagship, claws tapping impatiently against the metal floor. Every display showed the same troubling truth. The humans were not only alive, they were in control. "They are still out there," Vecran muttered. "Our formations are disrupted. Our scouts are down. And yet, they are not attacking recklessly. They are calculating." Lieutenant Soren swallowed nervously. "Commander, they are using our mistakes against us. Every movement we make, they anticipate. It's like they are predicting us," Vecran growled. "We have faced many species, Soren. None have done this. Humans, they are different." Far away, the USS Resolute glided silently among the stars, its dark hull reflecting distant light. Captain Elena Vance stood on the bridge, eyes focused, calm yet alert. "They are regrouping," she said. "Good, that gives us an opportunity." Lieutenant Harris checked the tactical display. "Captain, their left flank is weak. They are trying to reorganize, but confusion is slowing them. We can exploit it." Elena nodded. "We strike with precision, not chaos. Prepare tactical sweep. Target weak points first, then create pressure on the rest of the fleet." The human crew moved efficiently, their actions coordinated like a single organism. Every crew member understood their role. There was no panic, no hesitation, just focus. In the alien Armada, the commanders tried to regain control. Waves of fighters and warships moved toward the human ship in tight formations. "Do not allow them to divide us," Vecran ordered. "Concentrate fire! Overwhelm them!" But the humans were ready. The Resolute twisted between the alien ships, dodging beams of energy and launching small, precise pulses to disable rather than destroy. Each strike was exact, targeting engines, shield generators, and control nodes. Alien ships shuddered and faltered. On the alien flagship, officers whispered in disbelief. They are not using brute force. They are using intelligence." Vecran's tail lashed in frustration. "Intelligence alone cannot win wars. But we underestimated them." Ensign Miller on the Resolute watched the alien fleet collapse under pressure. "Captain, they're falling apart. Our tactics are working perfectly." Elena's eyes narrowed. "Good. Keep pressure constant. They must see their weakness. Show them humans are not only strong but smart." The humans moved like predators among prey. Each pulse of energy disabled a ship without destroying it, demonstrating capability without unnecessary destruction. The aliens were baffled, trying to protect each other while avoiding the human strikes, but every countermeasure failed. Vecran barked orders. "Split the fleet! Surround them! Do not let one ship move freely!" But the human battleship anticipated every maneuver. Using speed, strategy, and superior understanding, the Resolute evaded attacks and turned the alien movements against them. Several alien ships collided in space, shields failing under the strain of poorly coordinated attacks. One alien officer whispered in panic, They are manipulating our formation. How? How do they know our movements?" Vecran's eyes darkened. Observation, calculation. Humans. They think differently, faster, smarter, more adaptable. On the human bridge, Elena issued the next order. "Deploy drones to disable shield generators on the rear flank. We create chaos without unnecessary casualties." Harris activated the drones. Small, sleek machines darted like sparks through space, cutting through alien defenses with precision. Shields flickered, engines faltered, and the alien fleet began to fragment. "Captain," a young officer said, "they are breaking apart. Morale is dropping. They are panicking." "Good," Elena said softly. "Discipline and patience win battles. Let them feel the consequences of arrogance." Vecran slammed a claw against the railing. "We must adapt. They are too intelligent, too coordinated. We have faced powerful species before, but none like this. The humans pressed. The advantage. The Resolute glided into the center of the alien fleet, striking a critical command node. Energy rippled across multiple ships as systems failed. Alien soldiers scrambled, confused, and many looked to Vecran for guidance, but he too was shaken. "They are everywhere," an officer whispered. "And nowhere. How is this possible?" Elena studied the display. "They are reorganizing, trying to recover. Let them. Predictable arrogance is their weakness. Keep striking weak points." The alien fleet attempted a counterattack, sending waves of fighters toward the Resolute. But the humans anticipated their moves again. With minimal energy expenditure, the humans disabled multiple fighters, leaving them drifting in space. The aliens watched helplessly as their best forces fell one by one to precision rather than brute force. Vecran's voice grew low, almost a growl. "We have underestimated humans for too long. Our arrogance. It is our weakness." The humans continued their sweep. Every move was calculated, every strike perfect. The aliens could not keep up. Their formation broke down entirely. Ships spun out of control, shields flickered, and chaos spread across the fleet. Ensign Miller leaned forward, eyes wide. "Captain, they are terrified. They've never seen humans like this." Elena nodded. "That is the point. Intelligence, patience, and courage. These are human strengths. Let them learn it the hard way." The aliens attempted another coordinated attack. This time, Vecran ordered a mass convergence on the human ship. Hundreds of warships fired, beams of energy, streaking through space. But the Resolute moved through them as if part of the stars themselves, shields absorbing blows, engines twisting precisely, and weapons striking only when necessary. On the alien flagship, panic spread. Officers shouted orders, but nothing worked. "They are predicting every move," one cried. "Our attacks are useless." Vecran's claws clenched. "This is unprecedented. Humans, they are not only strong, they are faster thinkers, smarter, and adaptive. We cannot match them yet." The human crew worked with flawless coordination. The Resolute disabled critical alien systems, targeting shield generators, engines, and command modules. The aliens realized with growing fear that brute force would not win this battle. One officer muttered, "We have been defeated without even being destroyed." Elena studied the fleet. Their morale is breaking. They still have numbers, but they are confused and fearful. We press the advantage, but with care. Every move teaches them respect. The human battleship struck again, disabling a major portion of the alien fleet. The aliens could do nothing. But watch as their formation crumbled, systems failed, and panic spread. Even their strongest ships were crippled without loss of life, and every move was a lesson in human ingenuity. Vecran stared at the empty space where humans had struck. "They are extraordinary," he said quietly. "No species should fight like this. They are not only dangerous, they are humans." In the calm after the skirmish, the Resolute hovered silently, awaiting the alien response. The first part of the encounter had ended, but the humans had already proven something undeniable. They were a force that could not be ignored. Captain Elena Vance looked at her crew. "We have shown them humans are more than they expect. But this is only the beginning. We remain vigilant. We learn from them, and they learn from us." Harris leaned back, a grin on his face. "Captain, they will never forget this. They've seen humans at their best, and they fear it." Elena nodded. "Good. Let them fear us. But more importantly, let them respect us. One day the galaxy will understand that humans are a species unlike any other." The stars shimmered silently, indifferent, yet witness to history. The alien fleet, though still massive, was fractured and fearful. The humans, small in number but giant in skill and strategy, had changed the balance of power in that corner of the galaxy. Commander Vecran looked at the displays, his mind racing. Humans? They are not to be dismissed. Not now, not ever. We have underestimated them, and we will pay the price for our arrogance. A quiet hum filled the bridge of the Resolute as the human battleship prepared for its next move. The aliens would regroup, they would attempt to fight back, but one truth was clear. Humans were no ordinary species. They were smart, disciplined, and unyielding, and the galaxy would never see them in the same way again. The stars were cold and distant, but space itself seemed tense with anticipation. The alien Armada, once confident and proud, now moved with caution. Their formations were fractured, their commanders uneasy. Commander Vecran sat on the bridge of his flagship, staring at the displays in disbelief. Every ship that survived the humans' first strikes had been damaged or disabled, and their morale was breaking. They are unlike any species we have faced, Vecran muttered. His claws tapped nervously against the metal floor. They are fast, intelligent, and precise. Every move we make, they anticipate it. Lieutenant Soren's voice was quiet but tense. Commander, the fleet is unstable. Officers report confusion. Some ships are refusing to follow orders, unsure of how to react. Vecran growled low in frustration. We underestimated humans. That was our first mistake. But we will not make the same error twice. Observe them, study them, learn how to fight or perish. Far away, the USS Resolute moved like a shadow through space. Captain Elena Vance watched the alien fleet through her tactical displays. The aliens were attempting to regroup, but they were hesitant. They feared another attack they could not predict. They are uncertain, Elena said quietly to her crew. Good. Uncertainty makes arrogance falter. Keep calm, stay precise. Let them see their weakness. Lieutenant Harris nodded. Captain, their left flank is trying to recover, but they hesitate. Their ships are scattered. We can exploit it, without losing a single crew member. Elena's eyes narrowed. Exactly. We strike their weakness, not blindly. Humans fight smart, not blindly. Prepare drones for precise strikes. We disable. We don't destroy unnecessarily. Let them witness our power and intelligence. The human crew worked like a single organism. Every pulse, every maneuver was coordinated. There was no panic, no wasted energy, only focus. Their calm contrasted sharply with the chaos in the alien fleet. On the alien flagship, Commander Vecran shouted orders, trying to restore discipline. All ships, concentrate fire. Protect each other. Do not let one human escape. But the humans had already anticipated this. The Resolute twisted between alien ships, striking weak points and withdrawing before the aliens could respond. Shields flickered, engines sputtered, and alien ships spun helplessly in space. One young alien officer whispered to another, voice trembling. They are thinking faster than we are. Every move we make is countered. How can a single species do this? Vecran's tail flicked angrily. Humans are unpredictable, adaptable. We cannot rely on brute force alone. Elena watched the unfolding chaos. They are trying to regroup. That hesitation is their vulnerability. Target their command and communication nodes. Let them see humans can strike anywhere, anytime. Harris activated the drones. Small, sleek. Machines darted through space, cutting power to key systems on alien ships. Shields went down, engines stalled, and the alien fleet's remaining formations began to crumble. Captain, their morale is dropping, a young human officer said. They're panicking. They've never faced anything like this. Good, Elena said softly. Discipline and intelligence win wars. Let them learn respect for humans and our methods. Vecron's advisors shouted frantic orders. "We cannot allow this. They are targeting our weak points with surgical precision. They are too clever." The aliens had underestimated humans for centuries. They thought humans were primitive, slow, and predictable. Every battle they had fought before relied on overwhelming force. But humans did not follow conventional rules. Humans adapted. Humans thought ahead. Humans were teaching the aliens a lesson in fear and respect without destroying lives unnecessarily. Ensign Miller on the Resolute leaned forward, eyes wide. "Captain, they're watching our moves. They are confused, but also learning. They've never seen humans fight like this." Elena's eyes were calm but focused. "Exactly. Let them learn. Let them know that humans are not only strong, but clever, disciplined, and unyielding. That is the power they cannot predict." The aliens attempted another coordinated strike, sending dozens of ships in a sweeping attack. Energy beams streaked through space, designed to overwhelm the human ship. But the Resolute moved with unparalleled precision, avoiding damage and striking only when necessary. Vecron growled in frustration. "They are not reacting like any species we know. They are controlling the battle without fear, without hesitation." "How can this be?" Harris activated the secondary arrays. The drones struck at alien communication hubs, cutting their coordination. Alien officers screamed orders, but their messages were delayed or ignored. Ships collided, shields failed, and chaos spread across the fleet. On the alien flagship, Soren whispered, "Commander, our fleet is collapsing. They are not destroying us, but they are breaking us psychologically. This is terrifying." Vecran's eyes narrowed. "They are humans. We dismissed them as weak. That was our first mistake. Now, they are showing us our arrogance." The Resolute moved closer to the heart of the alien fleet, striking critical command points with precise energy pulses. Ships faltered, shields blinked, and engines sputtered. The humans' attacks were never random. They were calculated to create maximum impact with minimal destruction. The aliens were left alive to feel the skill and discipline of their enemy. Elena watched the displays calmly. Every strike teaches them respect. Fear comes from understanding, not death. Let them see what humans can do, and they will never underestimate us again. Vecron's tail lashed in frustration. "We must adapt. Humans are unpredictable. Every tactic we use fails. We are learning from them, and we are being exposed." The humans pressed the advantage. The Resolute disabled key ships on the alien rear flank, forcing the rest of the Armada into defensive formations. Energy beams cut through space with precision, shields flickered, and alien soldiers scrambled to repair damage. One alien officer muttered, "We cannot win like this. They are smarter than us, faster than us, and disciplined beyond anything we imagined. How is this possible?" Vecron's eyes darkened. "Humans are a species we should never underestimate. Their intelligence, patience, and courage make them dangerous. We must respect them." Even as the aliens regrouped, they realized their advantage had disappeared. The humans controlled the battle without fear, using strategy, patience, and precision to dismantle the alien formations. Ships were disabled, but lives were preserved. The humans were not merely fighters, they were teachers of strategy, adaptability, and calm precision. Ensign Miller whispered to his partner, "Captain, they're learning fear. They've never faced a species like this. They don't know how to fight us effectively." Elena smiled faintly. "Exactly. Humans are not only fighters. We are thinkers, planners, and survivors. We do not rely on numbers. We rely on intelligence, courage, and discipline. And that is what terrifies them." The alien fleet's morale broke completely. Ships drifted in confusion, shields flickered, and officers shouted orders that were ignored or misunderstood. They had never encountered a species that fought with precision rather than panic, that used intelligence instead of brute force. Humans were teaching them a lesson they would never forget. Vecron stared at the tactical displays. Humans, they are not ordinary. They are extraordinary. We underestimated them, and now we face the consequences. The USS Resolute glided silently, hovering among the fractured alien formations. The humans had not lost a single ship, and they had disabled more than a third of the alien armada. The aliens were alive, yes, but their confidence and pride had been shattered. Elena turned to her crew. This is what humans do. We fight smart, we fight precise, and we fight together. The galaxy will remember today, not because we destroyed, but because we proved our strength and intelligence. Let them learn respect, not fear alone. Harris grinned. Captain, they'll never forget this. They've seen humans at their best, and they are terrified. The stars were calm once more, but the echoes of the battle would reverberate through alien space for a long time. The aliens had learned something important. Humans were not to be dismissed, underestimated, or ignored. They were clever, adaptable, disciplined, and relentless. Commander Vecron, still on his bridge, whispered quietly, almost to himself, "We have faced many species, many threats, but humans are unlike anything. They are not just strong, they are exceptional, and we have underestimated them." The human battleship prepared for the next phase, quiet, calm, and precise. The alien fleet may recover, they may regroup, but one fact was clear. Humans had demonstrated not just strength, but skill, intelligence, and courage beyond expectation. In the sea, the vast darkness of space, the human battleship floated silently, a small shadow with enormous impact. The galaxy would never underestimate humanity again. The vast darkness of space stretched endlessly, but for the alien armada, nothing felt so empty or frightening. Commander Vecran stared at the remnants of his fleet, fractured and scattered, struggling to regroup. Hundreds of ships had been disabled or scattered, yet the humans' USS Resolute floated silently among them, untouched, precise, and calm. "They are still intact," an alien officer whispered, disbelief heavy in his voice. "They have destroyed nothing. Yet we are paralyzed. How is this possible?" Vecran's claws dug into the railing of his command chair. "It is humans. We underestimated them. We expected brute force, chaos, fear, but they fight with intelligence, patience, discipline. They are unlike any species we have faced." The Resolute hovered at the edge of the alien fleet, dark and silent, almost invisible in the void. Captain Elena Vance stood on the bridge, eyes steady, calm, and focused. "They are regrouping," she said softly. "Good. That gives us a chance to finalize our impact. Let them see humans are not only strong, but unmatched in strategy and precision." Lieutenant Harris scanned the alien fleet. "Captain, their central command is still operational, but damaged. Their remaining forces are scattered and disoriented. They don't know how to fight us." Elena nodded. "Exactly. Keep the drones ready, but minimal use. We do not destroy. We teach them respect. One final move should leave them aware of humans' strength, intelligence, and courage." On the alien flagship, Commander Vecran barked orders desperately. "Form protective grids. Shield the command. Concentrate all remaining forces on one target. Find and destroy the human ship." But humans were already anticipating this. The Resolute moved with precision, slipping through the alien lines like a shadow, striking key engines and shield generators without harming crews. Each attack was calculated to cause maximum disruption with minimum destruction, leaving alien soldiers alive to witness human skill firsthand. One young officer whispered, "They are controlling the battle without fear, without hesitation. How can they do this? Vecran's tail lashed in frustration. Humans, they think differently, faster, smarter. They are not merely fighters, they are strategists. The human crew continued their careful sweep, disabling critical systems across the alien fleet. Ships staggered, collided, and lost coordination. Energy beams streaked across space, striking engines, shields, and control modules, but always without unnecessary casualties. Ensign Miller leaned forward in awe. "Captain, they are terrified. They've never fought a species like this. They cannot adapt to our precision." Elena's eyes were calm, yet fierce. "Good. Let them learn. Let them see the cost of underestimating humans. Discipline, intelligence, and courage. This is our advantage. Let it be clear to them." The alien fleet attempted one final coordinated strike. Hundreds of ships converged on the Resolute, energy beams crisscrossing through space in an attempt to overwhelm the human defenses. But the humans were ready. The Resolute twisted and dodged, shields absorbing blows, engines gliding with unmatched precision, weapons striking only critical systems. On the alien flagship, officers panicked. "Their ship, it cannot be destroyed. Our attack patterns fail. We cannot reach them." Vecran's eyes darkened. "Humans are extraordinary. We have underestimated them. We must survive. And remember this day. They have changed the rules of war." The human battleship struck key alien command nodes, disabling several ships simultaneously. The aliens' communications faltered, orders were ignored, and confusion spread like wildfire. Their formations were gone. Panic ran through the fleet. Elena looked at the tactical displays. "They are learning. They are witnessing humans' ability to strike anywhere, anytime, and survive. That is our gift, and their lesson." Vecran growled low. "We have faced many enemies, many threats, but none like this. Humans, they are clever, disciplined, and fearless. They have turned our arrogance into our weakness." The Resolute glided silently through space, surveying the remaining alien fleet. No ships were destroyed unnecessarily. No lives were lost beyond those already compromised. Every move was a message. Humans were not to be underestimated. Captain Harris said, "Their morale is shattered. They know they cannot fight humans the same way they fight others. They are afraid." "Exactly," Elena said. "Fear is temporary. Respect is permanent. Let them learn respect. Let them remember humans as a species that cannot be predicted, cannot be crushed by numbers alone, and cannot be dismissed." Across the fractured alien fleet, whispers of fear and awe spread. Officers who had survived the engagement realized that humans were not merely fighters. They were thinkers, planners, and innovators. They fought with intelligence, courage, and patience. They were small in number, but enormous in capability. Vecran's tail flicked angrily. "We underestimated humans. That mistake will echo through the galaxy. They are not weak. They are exceptional. And we have been taught humility." The Resolute moved into a final position, its dark hull almost invisible against the stars. Elena turned to her crew. "Prepare for withdrawal. Let them see humans leave on our terms. They must remember our presence, our skill, and our discipline. We have done enough for one encounter." The human crew worked efficiently. Systems hummed with precision. The Resolute disengaged from the alien fleet, gliding silently into the darkness. The aliens watched in awe and disbelief as the human battleship disappeared from view without a single casualty on its side. On the alien flagship, Vecran remained silent for a long moment. Then he spoke, voice low and full of grudging respect. "Humans, they have changed everything. Our arrogance, our strength, our confidence, all meaningless against their intelligence and discipline. The galaxy must remember this species. Lieutenant, Soren whispered, Commander. They fought with precision, not destruction. They could have destroyed us all, but they showed restraint, and yet, they terrify us. Vecran nodded slowly. That is what makes humans extraordinary. We have faced warriors before, conquerors, invaders, but humans are something different. They fight with mind, heart, and skill, and they survive. Far away, the USS Resolute glided through space, calm and steady. The stars stretched endlessly, but the humans' mission was complete. They had engaged a superior alien fleet, taught them a lesson in humility, and left without unnecessary bloodshed. They had proven the value of intelligence, discipline, courage, and teamwork. Ensign Miller leaned back in his chair, amazed. Captain, they'll never forget us. They have seen humans at our best. Elena nodded. Exactly. Let them remember it. Let them know that humans are a species that cannot be dismissed. Today, we have shown the galaxy our strength, not through destruction, but through skill, courage, and intelligence. Harris smiled. They'll spread the word. Humans, unstoppable, clever, precise. They'll think twice before underestimating anyone from our planet. Elena gazed at the stars. This is only the beginning. The galaxy will remember humans, not just as warriors, but as a species that fights with mind and heart, and that will make all the difference. Back in the alien fleet, Commander Vecran slowly regained control of what remained. His fleet was battered but alive, yet the lesson of the humans was clear. They had encountered a species that fought, like no other, who used intelligence and strategy to dominate, and who left their enemies alive to remember the lesson. He spoke quietly to his officers. Humans are not to be underestimated. They are remarkable. One day they will rise further. And when they do, the galaxy must be ready. The alien Armada drifted silently, broken and thoughtful, as the stars continued their quiet glow. The humans had vanished into the darkness, leaving only the memory of their skill, courage, and discipline. The galaxy had seen the first proof. Humans were not ordinary. They were extraordinary. The USS Resolute continued its course, calm, precise, and confident. Captain Elena Vance looked at her crew, proud but humble. We have done our part. We fought with intelligence, courage, and discipline. The galaxy knows who we are now. Let it be remembered. And in that silence of space, far from the shattered alien formations, the first true legend of humanity began to spread. Not through fear, not through destruction, but through skill, strategy, courage, and heart. The galaxy would never underestimate humans again.